Right on here today is yet again at a build showcase, and it's Sevagoth Prime, the Reap and Saw build. So, let us immediately start. Alright, let's start with the mods first. So the mods I'm using are Sevagoth Prime via Briefer Spite, Argon Reach, and Caustic Shields for shield gating. This also gives you ability range. We have Knockback Immunity, Health and Energy Economy, Maximum Energy, Duration, lowers your duration, also gives you ability strength, and 2 augments, so I'll talk about these 2 later on. These are the mods. For the Arcanes, Multi-Augmented gives you 60% ability strength once you kill 250 enemies. And the second Arcane you can use whatever. Arcane Energize isn't half bad, gives you another layer of energy sustain. And that's it. These are the Arcanes. For the stats, health is low, shield is very low, but good for shield gating. We're going to spam his second ability and first ability all the time. Armor is horrible, energy is more than enough, duration is more than enough, efficiency is going to be max, you will see very soon. Range is more than enough, and strength is going to be perfect for this setup. And that's it. These are the stats, the mods, the arcanes, and now it's time for me to show you the abilities. Alright, let's start with the abilities. So the way this build works, you're going to press So, his main ability, you're going to debuff enemies, and the way you trigger this ability is with Reap. Reap is going to trigger, it does a massive amount of maximum health damage, it's true damage, it scales infinitely, it's very good. It kills, I think it one-taps like 90% of enemies in this game. It's very good. We do have 2 augments. One is for Reap, one is for Sow. The Sow's augment is when you kill enemies that were inflected with your second ability, it will spread the second ability, and your first ability augment will spawn, instead of 1 shadow, it's going to spawn 3 shadows. Those 3 shadows are going to seek out enemies. If those enemies are inflected with your second ability, they're going to explode, die, they will spread the second ability, and it's just going to create a chain reaction. It's very good for clearing and really solid at single target bursting. The third ability, Gloom, you're going to have this on. It's going to give you like a layer of survivability and also ability efficiency. You will see how and why. And I did remove the 4th ability. It's completely useless for Roar. Roar helps you a lot with bursting down enemies, and it's very important for this setup. And that's it. These are the abilities. Now it's time for me to show you these shards. For the shards of a Halik meant for to use is going to be 4 plus 15% ability strength. These 4 are very important. Without them, you can't properly one-tap enemies with Sun Reap, so you have to use this. And 1 yellow for cast speed. You're going to spam his first ability and second ability a lot, so this is also very important. And there you go. These are the shards, and now it's time for me to show you my loadout. Alright, for my loadout, let's talk about the most important stuff. It's going to be the secondary weapon, Grimoire. It has a mod called Nature Invocation. What it does, all fire increases your ability efficiency by 4% for 20 seconds. For each enemy hit, stacks up to 15 times. So you can easily cap this. It gives you 60% ability efficiency. It fixes a lot of energy problems, and it's very good. We also have a Sentinel mod. Doesn't matter which Sentinel you're going to use or a Sentinel weapon. You just have to equip this. It's going to be Seismic Bond. While a channeling ability is active, you're going to always have his third ability active, which is a channeling ability. When your Sentinel does damage, it gives you ability efficiency. And with that, you easily cap ability efficiency. Now, for my primary, I'm going to use Arcaplasmor, and melee is going to be Falcor. And that's it. Now it's time for me to show you this build against the units. Now let me show you how the build exactly works. So you're going to go into a mission. Right now I'm not in a mission, this is Simulacrum. You're going to press your third ability, your Sentinel is going to damage enemies, and you can see that I easily cap Seismic Bond, giving you 30% ability efficiency. So instead of 100, it's 130. And if you were to use the Grimoire's Natural Invocation and hit a bunch of enemies, you get 60% ability efficiency. With 30, that's 190, the cap is 175, and with that you easily cap ability efficiency. You always have this, you're always going to do damage with your abilities, with your shots. You're going to generate the alt fire again, press the alt fire, refresh it, and there you go, 100% uptime. Now the way this build works, you're going to press Rhino Roar to give yourself a very important buff. You're going to press the second ability and first ability, and everything just dies. It snapshots, it does a lot of burst damage, it does maximum true damage. The less health the enemy has, the less damage it will do, so you have to burst it down. That's why it's very important for you to have all of the Crimson Archon shards and ability strength to allow yourself to one-tap enemies. And there you go. Now it's time for me to show you this build against Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we are in. I'm up against the corrupted enemies at the Void. Steel Path, of course. It's survival. The map's called mod. I'm going to show you this bit right here. Rhino Roar. Press your second ability, press your first ability, and repeat. Always have a Grim Roar out to press the Alt Fire. Always have the channel ability active for a Sentinel to give you ability efficiency. And like that, you easily fix all the problems. Shield Gating is your survivability. One of the best survivabilities in this game. Even if you don't like it, it's generally the best one for this setup. And for Sevagoth, Sevagoth's survivability kinda sucks. Doesn't have good armor, doesn't have good health or shield, no DR, just a slow, but a slow isn't enough. There we go. Boop. Look at all the chain reaction, recast Rhino Roar. So remember, the less health they have, the less damage you're going to do. So some bosses, some mini bosses, some enemies cannot get one tap properly. For example, if Vor invades in the Void, I cannot kill him. For some unknown reason, D decided to lock the ability out from his health pool. There we go. I'll fire, hit a couple of enemies. I didn't hit anything, I was killing enemies the whole time. I'll fire over here. There we go. Yep, there's Vor. You will see what I'm talking about. You won't be able to kill him. Jump over here, I'll fire, hit enemies, refresh. If you think Energize is overkill, you can remove it for something else. I think Energize helps. I'll fire over there. Need to refresh with efficiency. It's powerful. It scales infinitely, it's true damage. Boop, one tap. You see an Eximus enemy, one tap. There we go. These guys gonna have Rhino Roar. Rhino Roar is very important. Without it, the build is much weaker. There we go. Here's Vor. You cannot kill him, as you can see. So you have to shoot your guns. Alright, Vor, give me a second. There we go. Vor is dead. So some enemies you cannot target at all. But don't worry, 90+% of enemies will get one tap. There we go. Alright, let's wait for the Acolyte to spawn. Eki Boy is here, perfect. I'll fire over there. I hope I hit a couple of enemies to give myself some ability efficiency. Eki Boy is here, second ability, first ability, and as you can see, he nearly one-taps him. Close. Come on. There you go, he's dead. So he survived initial burst, as you can see, and the less health he had, the less damage it did. So you have to switch to your primary or melee weapon to finish him off. And there you go. That's the build. Time for me to leave, boys. And be right back. And there you go. That's my Sevagoth Prime Reap and Sow build. I hope you guys enjoyed the build and the frame. Thank you yet again everybody for watching. Leave a like and sub. And of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.